Hey, what's going on, guys? Xavier Cottle here, aka High Octane Analysis, coming back at you again with another weekly pick video. I'm feeling pretty confident about the picks this week. I think I'm going to get, I always want to say I'm going to get all of them right, but I feel pretty confident about all of them being right this week, other than maybe the Steelers, Ravens, and Saints, Bears. These two are going to be really close games. Maybe the Cowboys, Eagles, mediocre teams always play down. But Panthers, Falcons game, we already know the result of that one. So we're going to start over here. Titans, Bengals. Titans, I think that Ryan Tannehill's a beast, playing almost the MVP caliber. Derrick Henry, he's a beast. You know him. 2 weeks ago, went for almost 300 yards total on the ground against the Texans. He's a beast. I think Joe Burrow's probably going to have a pretty good day. This Titans defensive line hasn't came along yet, pass rush wise. They got Clowney and Simmons, but they've been leaning a lot on Simmons, and he's a pretty big fella. He's not a pass rusher. He's not like a number one pass rusher. But neither is Clowney. Clowney's like a 50 pressure kind of guy. He's not a big like dude that's just going to come off the edge every time screaming. That's not him. He's more of a run stopper than second thing is his pass rushing. But yeah, like I said, I think Joe Burrow's going to have I wouldn't say a little bit more time than usual because the Bengals offensive line isn't that good, but I would say he's not going to struggle as bad as he did against the Steelers or something, or the Ravens. But I think the Titans end up winning that one. I think they're just a more talented team overall, and they're undefeated. It's going to be a pretty good game. Patriots, Bills. Patriots are on a downward spiral that's really heartbreaking if you're a Patriots fan. You all have had 20 years of really just absolutely beating up on everyone in the league. And now you're without a quarterback. Your whole defensive front seven is pretty much gone except for one guy, and that was probably the worst one of them all. He's still there. You all have no pass rush. Literally every player that had a sack last year left. Your team's just in a bad spot. And then you got 12 new faces total, offense and defense combined. So it's rough. It's a bad spot to be if you're a Patriot. But, Bill Belichick's still your coach. I think you guys can bounce back. It might not be this season, but in the near future, you guys will be okay. Browns, Raiders. Going to have to take the Browns. I like the Raiders a lot. I like Derek Carr. I like Josh Jacobs. I just don't like the Raiders' defense. And that being said, I don't like the Browns' defense anymore. But I think the Browns have defensive MVP candidate Myles Garrett. So, at least they can get a pass rush from one person. Raiders' defense, they don't have anybody. I mean, they got Max Crosby, but he's not elite in any way, any sense of the word. He is not that guy. But he's decent. And against this Browns offensive line, I think he's nullified, though. That's really the issue here. He's going to have to play against Wyatt Tiller, Jack Conklin, Jedrick Willis. There's a lot of names there that he's going to have to beat, and I don't think he's beaten any one of them. So I got to give this one to the Browns. I think the Browns will just do better offensively. They may not, but they'll have more stops than the Raiders. Raiders I don't know if they'll even get a stop on the Browns, honestly. But Chiefs, Jets. Do I even have to say it? Steelers, Ravens. Yeah. This is going to be the game of the week, hands down. Maybe game of the year. This is going to be really, really good. It's going to be this high-powered running offense of the Ravens. Play action passing, Mark Andrews, Hollywood Brown, people like that. It's going to be that that offense the Ravens run. It's really, really unique versus this smash-mouth defensive front of the Steelers who have talented players in the back end to make plays, be playmakers back there. Minka Fitzpatrick, he's a beast. But Hayward, Bud Dupree, T.J. Watt, them guys, that is a crazy defensive front. That is probably the best defensive front I've seen. I think I said this last week. I mean, best defensive front I've seen since I've been alive. I mean, this is just, it's ridiculous. Maybe a Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham from the from the Eagles, but still, yeah, they're a little bit past their prime now. Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis is a pretty good one for the Colts too. But this Steelers one, it's different. It's unique for sure. And as on a weekly basis this year, you've seen it. It's super dominant. So I'm going to give it to the Steelers. I think great defense beats great offense. That's just, I mean, people want to say, oh, it's an offensive league. It's not. You look at the Super Bowl and you look at statistics, and then you come back and talk to me. Look at the playoffs. That's all I got to say. Chargers, Broncos. Um, I'm going to give this one to the Chargers. I really like Herbert. I think he reminds me of a young Matthew Stafford. A little bit better than Matthew Stafford was at this age. In all honesty, he's getting the reads right. He's got the arm for sure. Got the arm. That's what he really reminds me of Matthew Stafford. Just that absolute cannon he has as a right arm. It's crazy. He's got zip on it. You know, he's like I said, young Matthew Stafford may be a little bit better at this age for sure. He's got it. Across from him, Drew Lock, he could have it. I actually had Drew Lock picked to be like a really good quarterback this year, like to really make that next step, really, solidify himself as a decent quarterback in this league. And he just hasn't done it so far. He's played kind of poorly since coming back from injury. Then again, injury, he's coming into this team. He's got to get back into the motions. This could be the game, this could be the week. But he has to play against Joey Bosa. So we'll see if it's going to be the week or not. But I got to pick I got to pick the Chargers on this one. Rams, Dolphins. Give me the Rams. Dolphins are a sneaky 3-3, and they have some pretty impressive wins this year. I'll say that. Well, they have one in particular that's really impressive, but I think the Rams are just better. You saw the Rams last week. Sean McVay offense with Jared Goff, Cam Akers, and a pretty good offensive line there with a decent receiving core. Like, he's going to get points. 25 is minimum pretty much for what I'm calling for this Rams against pretty much any defense in the league except for the Steelers and maybe Colts, maybe Bills. Yeah, there's not too many defenses, maybe the Buccaneers. There's not too many defenses that I think could hold this team to under 25, and the Dolphins are just not one of them teams. And I don't think Tua, first game of the year against the Rams, is going to come in and be their savior and beat the Rams. If it happens, hey, I'm super happy for them, and they're going to get a lot more respect out of me. But until they show me something, especially against a good team like the Rams, I have to pick the Rams in this situation. Colts Lions, taking Colts. Lions are a sneaky 3-3, but when I say sneaky, they're sneaky for a reason, and because they should not have beat the Falcons last week, hands down. That should have never happened. Congratulations to Matthew Stafford for engineering that comeback. That was really impressive by him. And they got some good players. They got Frank Ragnow on the offensive line. He's a beast. They got Kenny Galladay. He's a beast at receiver. He's like that Megatron replacement, 6'4", 220, big physical receiver. He'll go up and get one. But, he's got to play against Xavier Rhodes, who's playing statistically like the best corner in the league. Quarterbacks are 0 for 10 challenging him on third down. There's odds are stacked against the Lions here, and I would be really surprised if they came out of this one with a win against the Colts. So I'm going to have to keep the Colts on that one. Packers, Vikings. Got to take the Packers. Vikings just don't look like. They just traded Unique Ngakoue for a third and fifth, and then another conditional fifth. So they're selling their team. They're done. If Kirk Cousins can engineer some kind of offense against the Packers, somehow they score 40, 45, 50 maybe. Packers probably about to hang 38 plus on them, maybe 35 plus, somewhere around there. That's just my prediction. This Vikings defense has 7 new starters on it from last year. They still got guys like Eric Kendricks, Harrison Smith. They still got the core guys. Their really talented defensive end they have is on IR right now. It's just hard, man. It's hard being a Vikings fan right now, but it's going to be even harder this Sunday when the Packers hang about 35 on them. Bears Saints. I'm going with Bears. Yeah, I gotta go with the Bears in this one. I like the Saints. I do like the Saints, This is really a toss-up game for me. Like I said, this is one of the games that can go either way. But if we're talking about elite defense versus this Drew Brees offense, that he's really old, and I'm not saying he's washed, because he's not, but he's definitely taken a step back from last year, and it's not a very far step back, but it's just enough to where I think this Bears defense can um, really disrupt them and get them a win. Nick Foles on a game-to-game basis can only get better. Hopefully, I mean that's just what I'm thinking. He's got the tools. Allen Robinson. He's got another couple good receivers. He's got DJ Montgomery. If his offensive line can play well, they win this game. That's literally all it comes down to. And we'll have to see if that'll happen. But like I said, I really hope for the Bears in this situation because I like this Bears defense. I like Akeem Hicks. I like Danny Trevathan. I like Khalil Mack. I like all them guys over there. I like Smith at the linebacker position, and then Fuller at the corner. Like they got so much talent on this roster that it'd just be a shame for them to, drop another game like they did. But it's entirely possible. It just depends on how Nick Foles comes to play. But I think he's going to bounce back. I got to give it to the Bears. I'm rambling at this point. I got to go on. 49ers, Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks. 49ers the last couple of weeks have looked really good. I'm going to start off by saying that. So this game might be a little bit closer than we all expect, but I think the Seahawks got it. I think DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and the man himself, Russell Wilson, is really going to solidify this win. 49ers only have one of their corners back still. They're missing. They got a lot of injuries still yet, but their offense is getting healthy. But it's really going to come down to me is if Jimmy Garoppolo can keep up with the likes of Russell Wilson, and he don't have the receivers. I mean, he's got George Kittle, the best tight end in the league, that is a mismatch on anybody you put on him, so that's always a good thing to have. But DK Metcalf is also a mismatch for any corner you place on him. Stephon Gilmore or not, I don't care who you put on that man. He is stronger, faster, and jumps higher than them. I think it'll shine through this game. I think all the weapons the Seahawks have will really be prevalent in this game, and it's going to be the real reason they beat the 49ers. 49ers could win this game if they... Yeah, let me say this. The one way the 49ers win this game, they play ball possession, they run the ball, they play action, take the short passes, get first downs, get Kittle the ball on third and short, get him the ball on second and long. I mean, give him the ball at any time of the game. Get the ball to Kittle, and they could win this game. It's just depending on if Garoppolo makes mistakes or not. And we'll have to see if that happens. But I'm just going to have to bet Russell Wilson versus Garoppolo in this situation. Eagles, Cowboys. Give me the Eagles. Carson Wentz is elite. Cowboys have Ben Benucci or somebody at quarterback right now. Some no-name, somebody that'll probably will never. I don't want to hate on him too much. I'm sorry. So some guy that's just not named in this league, and if he comes out and beats the Eagles, I would be very surprised. That's all I got to say about that. But Eagles are definitely heavily favored. They're playing against a third-string quarterback for the Cowboys who have a decimated roster, just traded Everson Griffin. Like, they are in full tank mode. They should win this game. Buccaneers, Giants, give me Bucks. Give me Bucks. I like the Buccaneers. I think they have the two best linebacker duo in the league. I think they got a good defensive front. I think they got a good pretty decent secondary. They're very talented on defense. I wouldn't say they're better than the Colts, Bills, Steelers, anyone like that, or the Bears. I wouldn't put their defense better than them teams. But still saying they're still up there. They're still really, really talented defense. Or the Ravens. Their linebacker core is really their strong suit, like I said, and they're going to be playing against this Giant squad who, let's just face it just hasn't done anything this year. The Giants defense would have to show up in a big way to win this game, and I don't think it happens. So I got to give this one to the Bucs. But yeah, that's my picks. If you disagree with any of them, let me know. Let me know in the comments. I feel pretty confident about these picks. I think a lot of these are no-brainers. Bears Saints might come back to bite me in the ass, but that's probability. Steelers Ravens as well. Ravens are projected to win this game according to Las Vegas. So we'll have to see. But I still think the Steelers are a better team in my opinion. I think they're a more well-rounded team. But yeah, if you like the content, if you liked watching this video, drop a like, drop a subscribe. I also post offensive line film analysis every week. I didn't post any this week. I was pretty busy, but if you like seeing stuff like that, give me a subscribe, give me a like. But that being said, I'm done. Peace.